Okay, hello, howdy, what's poppin' gamers? It is I am just trying to get my webcam working. We got not long until Mr. Sakurai presents the new character for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Um, this is kind of like a last minute decision. I was trying to like decide if I want to, you know, uh, have my reactions, all that sort of stuff. Um, and here we are. There we go. So I look like I look like crap. All right, so here we are doing some quick live stream. Um, just getting going before everything happens. Also I need to do like a quick audio check, see everything is like working, and also I need to go to my alert box. Subscriber. Okay, we're good. Okay, sorry for the thumbnail. Oh gosh, that chat's going wild. Um, I'm not expecting a lot of people to watch this. Speaking of which, there could be non-child appropriate content inside this live stream. So, uh, no one under 13, I guess. That's about it. I'm not expecting people, in all honesty. It is 6:43 in the morning. Um, I'm not expecting anybody to come because a lot of people I know have school and other stuff. So we'll find out. Um, I just wanted to get my reactions, live without any, problems. I was gonna think about recording this, but I was like, no, it's not the same. So, I'm actually gonna. Hmm. It's just not the same. So I figured I'll do this. We got a couple minutes until um it starts. I need to see something really quick. Yeah, Persona 4 Golden works. Just need to make sure that that we have audio. Yeah, we're good. Shut up. Pop, 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 pop. All right. I need you to pause. Shut up. Thank you. Okay. We are good to go. Um. Alrighty. Yeah, that's how unprepared I was. I wasn't even thinking about doing it until I did. So, um, here we are. We're going. 6:45. We got like 15 minutes until it happens. Um, now I don't. So I'm actually getting homeschooled now, so I'll be able to, do more stuff like this on YouTube, and I'm contemplating switching over to Twitch because of all of YouTube's new policies and whatever. Um, so that's probably what's going to be happening in all honesty. Switching over to Twitch, maybe, possibly. I feel like I could still do live reactions here and other fun stuff here. So, I mean, we'll find out. But I think that's my game plan coming in, because I'll have more time to do um stuff like this. Whenever the next Nintendo Direct comes out, I will, be here as well, reacting to it. Um, the normal stuff. Um, so yeah, it's so weird. Um, I'm currently I'm not by myself, but I'm here not with like friends or whatever, 'cause like I said, a lot of people I know you are going to school, which sucks. It's been a while since I've had a single, you know, person, um, just me being here. So this is gonna be fun and interesting. I really did not sleep good last night. I was so excited for this because I've been thirsty for information, you know? It's it's been it's been since November since Terry came out. Um, so and it feels like even longer because it feels like last actual information we got was in, freaking September, back when Banjo got released, and even in Nintendo general, we still don't know what's happening for the rest of the year. So I am curious to see what is happening um for the rest of the year in Nintendo. Um yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. I'm here. We're going. It's 6:47. I'm tired. I really did not sleep good. And I have no clue what I'm gonna talk about or right now because, I started fairly early, so I'm just waiting for, stuff to like happen. I mean, I could make a quick announcement on Twitter or whatever, but eh. Um, it's about done now. Thanks, Sakurai. Gosh, it's gonna be. I'm so excited. I'm just going through Twitter right now. So it's really late in Japan. I have no clue why they did this. Let's go see. Let's go see how late. It's currently 10 over there. It's gonna start at 11 in Japan. The most convenient time for Japan. That's kind of, I don't know. It's really weird because a lot of people probably gonna be sleeping by then. So, but since this is a live thing and no one's probably gonna watch it, in the comments, well, you're gonna know who it is by now. But if you haven't watched it and you're still here before it starts, then who do you think it is? Um, a lot of people are saying Dante from Devil May Cry, which is it's probably who it's gonna be. But if it's not, I'll be heavily surprised. I was following all the leaks, whatever, all the stuff, and I still do trust Sabi and Ridgerben, but you know what? We kind of, disregarded all their deconfirmations and whatever. So we're just gonna wait and see, find out who it is in the next 10 minutes. Um, you know, once we get that going, it's gonna be pretty fun and exciting. Um, my personal pick, I kind of want Crash, which I don't know how likely it's gonna be. I just kind of want Crash. Crash would be cool, I think. Another sleeper pick I don't hear a lot of people talking about is like I think Spyro would be cool, but we already do have two purple. We already have two dragons. One of them being purple. Um, so I don't know. That's one of my people I would want, but that's just me. And I'm not even live. Where the frick? Go back. Start. Go. Be live. I don't want to be behind. If not, I'm gonna have to like mute chat or whatever. Still ruin everything. Ugh. I really did not sleep good. It took. I was so excited for this. Like I said, the thirst for news. Just it's like, gosh. Oh. Oh my gosh. What if the character gets revealed like today? Like, like, in all honesty, um, like they're probably gonna get announced and what am I looking? What's the word I'm looking for? Announced and available today. I don't know when today, but it's probably gonna happen. I'll not be. I'd also be. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets they show it off and then like have it happen like a week like next week or whatever. But we really did not have we don't know who this is, and I'm excited. That's why I'm you know going going in. It's pretty epic. Um. So yeah, we're here watching this stream. It's pretty epic, and um, a lot of people in chat are saying like, "Oh, it's like Jotaro or whatever." Brian Griffith, gosh, I hate people. People are the absolute worst. Another, oh yeah, 2B. I think 2B would be really cool. Um, I haven't played Nier. I really want to though. I think Nier's gonna be. I think Nier's a. I heard Nier's a pretty good game. I have Bayonetta on Steam because it was on sale. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy it. And I haven't played it yet, but uh, I should really get around to doing that. I should really should, because it's, you know, Bayonetta. Monica for Smash. Yes, please. Give me that Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club. I really want to play those games again. I want to play like Undertale and whatever, but I've already played Undertale twice on the channel, and I already did Doki Doki once, and that's one of my best series I've had. Um, I really don't know, cause Mr. Funnyman Alpharad is doing a playthrough on Plus, and I was like, dang, I forgot how much I like this game for all of its twisted and messed up whatever. 5 minutes. I should really. I don't want to like play it again because then it will like ruin my saves. But actually, I have a one on my drive. I'm not gonna my hard my not my hard drive, but my personal drive, my mini like USB thingamabobber, whatever you call it. I have all the character files saved. I did this like when I first played the game, which was like what 2017? When did Doki Doki come out? Anyway, I have all the character files saved so I can, I don't know, mess with stuff in the game. Because you can do that, and it's really interesting how you can take that approach. Um, the only other time that we actually I came back to it was when my friend wanted to play some games on Steam. I was like, hey, we're wanting to play something. I was like, okay, what if you play this game? And we were actually trying to get the recording, but it was kind of chaotic because I was trying to set other stuff up, and we actually broke. broke it somehow. Like we were trying to open up one of the files. She got all the way to the Yuri incident, I think. I think that's what happened. Yeah, the Yuri incident, I think, because I remember we tried opening up a file that said have a good weekend or whatever, and as you know in the video game, Yuri freaking stabs herself and you're there the whole weekend. Then Natsuki throws up and dies. Gosh, the writing in that game is amazing. So, we got 4 minutes left until, well, until it starts, like for real, for real. I had this thing open up for like 2 days, dude. I was so excited. I'm so excited for this. Um, let's see. I'm on Twitter right now. I don't know what's popping. The Smash Direct is trending, which is pretty great. Um, gosh, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. It's gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna go back and like rewatch all the creators for their reactions because I think that's it's pretty cool. Stop it with Jotaro because I like seeing other people's reactions to it, and that's why one reason why I do mine because it's fun. I enjoy doing this stuff. It's pretty great. So we're here. We're going. We got 2 minutes left. It's probably gone Dante. I'm not gonna be upset. I was actually, if you guys remember the E3 stream, me and the boys were kind of upset with Hero, because Dragon Quest isn't huge in America, so we were all like, it's Goku, isn't it? And we were like, oh yeah, it's Goku. it's the, it's Erdrick or whatever. Um, but in all honesty, he's actually one of my favorite characters to play. I get so lucky. One time I actually had 5 crits in a row, except 2 of them got shielded. So in reality, I got like I hit 3 crits with it. My luck with Hero is just kind of crazy. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, I wasn't excited for Terry either. Terry, I was like, no, no SNK, please no. I don't know any SNK characters, but Terry turned out to be really fun, and one of my, he's not, I wouldn't say favorite characters. So yeah, I mean Terry's pretty fun. I like Terry. Discord. Oh, there you go. Thanks, pal. uh, I was scared for. Oh, it's about to start. All right. All right, we're still going. We're still with the time. So let's get going. I'm pretty sure the review. Ooh.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look at our next DLC fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy, which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast. So it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time.
Okay.
I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really? So, let's all share in the fun of getting our hands on the latest information. However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings. We've prepared a fighter reveal video. Once it starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly. Now, let's do this.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is the part we're all waiting for. Oh. Oh shoot. Oh, is it a 3-house web? It's actually a 3-house web.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharat upon our enemies!
I haven't played any of them. I want to play Awakening though. What, 3 houses? It's another Fire Emblem character.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be.
Oh, hearts?
Are you prepared to die?
Is it Byleth?
I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice. You must join Smash.
Yeah, it's Byleth. Wow.
Huh?
Okay.
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
Got another character. Alright. Alright. Byleth joins Smash.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself!
Yeah, but what? Wait. Oh, no.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Oh, there's female. There's female Byleth.
Huh. So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Okay. I'm done.
How is this?
Byleth recruits Byleth. Are they?
Oh.
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Wait, was there 2?
With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
No. Okay.
Use Amir's overwhelming power.
What is?
Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught. Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
What?
Your will and mine be now as one! To you, both sides of time are revealed! Through Smash, show the world!
I mean, yeah, it's another one. Okay. It's the first Nintendo character in the DLC, which is very, very interesting. I like the posters.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle. Fire Emblem Three Houses was released just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th. You'll have instant access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually.
More than 24 hours. Yeah.
In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry. First off, what is Fire Emblem? It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game, or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid and battle. When we talk about tactical games of that era, there were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you, but a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak. In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
There's aren't that many.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include Fire Emblem Heroes in the remakes, but you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's try saying them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
暗黒竜と光の剣、外伝紋章の謎、聖戦の系譜、トラキア776、封印の剣、烈火の剣、聖魔の功績、荘園の奇跡、暁の女神、新暗黒竜新紋章、覚醒イフヒーローズエコーズ風化設立。
There you go, 17.
今変な数え方してます。
So you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
つまりこれが
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then you get 16. Add 1 and you get 17. Awesome, isn't it? You can actually count up to 31 on one hand. And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023. If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto and the female version is called Beresu, but in English they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter. I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference. The game has multiple routes and the outcome of each is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November. Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version. As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Alrighty. Gameplay time. Challenger Pack 5.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth. Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them. Throws are not their strong point either. Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem 3 houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air. For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time. The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this, allowing you to do things like this. It was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition, you can do awful things like this. That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage. Exceed that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges. So that's the up special. Now for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar, the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology. First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right? If Byleth does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here. Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger. And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them. By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward. Or downward in this case. Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
Disgusting.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this. But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful. Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large area. Returning to the side air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land. Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this attack. Next is the down smash attack. A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power. And for the down special, Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect, which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time, it plays out like this.
Oh.
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage. Unless you get grabbed. Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms. While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area. It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents. Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little. It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them. By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters. It hits with that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table. It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar to a move of Pit's and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it. And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready. You can't release it partway through the charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also very powerful. That said, you can still cancel out of the stance using the shield button. You can also change direction while in the stance. It works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light. You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire. But again, you'll need to take care when using this move. For one, when you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it. So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible. Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect. But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move, letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon.
Very different from
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version. As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together. Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female.
Yeah.
However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of course understand what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
The sixth color is based on Sothis, who you just saw earlier. And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story. Didn't we see this variation in the final smash?
Okay.
Next, I'll introduce the stage. For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage. It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house, Dimitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an unfortunate one, that one. There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but here you can break them, you see. If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see the gatekeeper. You often pass through this area in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. You've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adressian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals. You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
So it's like,
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can reach it with other fighters, though. So, it's nice if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go, I made it. And you can knock it down. Also, you can break this table. Like so.
cool.
Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
結構横幅が広いんですけど
It's similar to the Bridge of Elden stage.
ゲストはヒルシュ
The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence.
これはレスター
They belong to the Leicester
人
Alliance.
々ですね諸行同盟ということはまあつまり連邦とか連合とかそういうような感じで
Because it's an alliance of many noble families, you could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch. Incidentally, both Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process must be tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training. As for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple. You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen. You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
Coming Discord notifications.
The last area is the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sedith, Flane, and Rhea. There's Sedith, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flane. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities. I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages. That'll give us precisely 5 players per side.
I want to see how he
Alright,
does.
here we go, Joker.
Cause
Joker!
are you for real?
And Hero!
He's gonna do one. Oh,
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing. But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the Professor here.
oh, that's
But as expected, it's going to be a pretty tough battle, so I'm using anything I can get my hands on.
it's a squad strike for a reason, you know.
It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad. Finnegan.
It's just Finnegan.
I better keep my distance.
What are the CPUs at?
I'll use this chance to attack. Got it. That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here. Lots of explosives. Ouch.
But they're pretty slow.
Perfect shielded that, huh? Good one.
I noticed how they're using CPU when normally it's
If I do
like,
this, like
just
this,
CP,
or like
right?
so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected.
So that means they're using the American version.
Good, there's Mom.
Mom, I like that.
You're in a good spot, Mom.
I like how he
I
falls
shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not. I feel like the enemy might get this smash ball. See? They got it. But I mustn't give up.
Oh, that shield broke.
I can't waste this chance. There's another smash ball. Yes, got it. Now, what are you charging up for?
No, I'm not a huge fan.
There's still more. Whack! Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him!
Whack.
I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
Song collection, alright.
Now, about the additional music. Since it's from the Fire Emblem series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages.
Okay.
There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added.
Alrighty.
This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters. Sothis is Legend class. Also, there's a new classic mode route, a Heroic Legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history.
Alright.
The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Oh.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Alrighty. You know, I'm alright. I feel like it's alright. I'm cool with another one, I guess. I'm kind of disappointed, but you know, it's all good. Is that like Assassin's Creed? Like, excuse me? Altier? Rabbits, oh boy. Rabbits hat. That's funny. I'm down. More Mega Man X ones? Oh, you did X. Okay. Battle. Alright. Cool. No way. That makes me happy. Yes! That's so cool. Includes a music track. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it. Yeah, definitely getting it. Yeah. It's pretty good beats, gotta say. I like the knees. Yep. Thanks, MDHR. That's really cool.
This time we're releasing a Cuphead costume. And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation.
Oh,
I hope you enjoy these as well.
I like Floral Fury.
After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the amiibo.
Oh, yes. I pre-ordered Dark Samus. I'm so excited.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It does.
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
Which is smart. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Cuphead.
And
now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard,
Not
and
a bad
Byleth.
lineup. It's very, very interesting.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on. There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there?
Yeah.
When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole new style of play.
Gosh, I can only imagine you can't be eyeless.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well,
Oh, no.
have a look.
Oh gosh. How many are we getting? 5 more. 11. 6. Okay. 6 more people. Whew, boy.
Looks like there will be one more fighter than last time.
Alright.
For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out.
28th. Alright.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed.
Alright, Volume 2. I'm excited.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchased
Is
it.
it gonna be 25?
Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it. We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2. Last time, it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
Okay, we got Link.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Alrighty. I'm down.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Lastly. Ooh, okay.
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world.
Okay. Yes.
Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world. Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
So crazy.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters. The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC, which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Bye bye, Sakurai. Till next time. Alrighty, so another Fire Emblem character. I said I was okay with it, and I'm alright with it. I'm not too happy. But it's still pretty cool. They look fun, and that's, I guess, what's important. There's couple other things I wanted to go back and look. I didn't catch when the Miis were available, and I want that Cuphead one. Ah, gosh darn it. Alright, I guess I'll go back and look at it later. Alrighty, so, that was Smash Bros. Ultimate Mr. Sakurai Presents Byleth. I'm okay with it. I'm not personally too excited for it, but hey, I've been like that for DLC in the past. So, we will see. Um, I honestly, yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm excited to see who they have coming up. I wonder how much the Fighters Pass Volume 2 is gonna be, considering that they're adding one more character. Because the Fighters Pass was 25. I want to try and get that as soon as possible because I don't want to miss out on the DLC. Um, Definitely gonna get the Cuphead one. And yeah, I mean, Byleth looks cool, so it's whatever. Um, anyway, I guess that's all. I don't have much to stick around for. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, follow me Twitter. I have an Instagram at ColorMetal7. I'll just need to, accept you. Other than that, that's about it. So thank you guys, and I'll talk to you superheroes later. Bye. I think it was pinned down. I don't remember. All right.